International. Who knows what that is? What's the mission of MAIDEN International? Okay, the lady at the front. Can I have a mic? The lady in front. Okay, sorry. The mission of MAIDEN International. Right. Your name, please. Thank you. What's the mission of MAIDEN International?
The mission of MAIDEN International is to help people as well.
Wow. Round of applause. Round of applause. Round of applause. Is to empower people to build a life of significance. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to have the opportunity to truly understand how to maximize that empowerment. Okay, and we are going to be associated with ourselves with the opportunity to do that. And we are going to have a lady who is a mother, but among that she is a powerful individual who understands what it takes to build a successful business, right? Now, something quick about her. Now, she is a social activist. She is a political activist. She is currently the Deputy CEO of the National Youth Authority. She is a Diamond Associate of MAIDEN International. And most importantly, she understands what it takes to build a successful business in this day and in this era. Ladies and gentlemen, I want us all to be on our feet with a rousing applause. Help me welcome Mrs. Akusia Menu, Diamond Associate MAIDEN International. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up.
Morning. Don't you feel blessed to be here this fine afternoon? There's so much value here and for free, and I tell you, it's the best thing ever. Now, I think I need the clicker. It's always a pleasure standing here speaking to young people, driven people, ambitious people. I want to tell you just a little bit about myself, okay? Not everything, just a little bit. I recall before joining MAIDEN International, I'd been searching online for opportunities, working from home. Why? I was working in a bank and I was so irritated by the monotony of it, doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. So I was looking online, looking for opportunities, and weirdly, those opportunities were not in Ghana. So you can work from home, but those opportunities were not available in Ghana. And this was 2014. Now, I was working in GCB. I think everybody knows that story, right? I was working in GCB, looking for that opportunity till just one morning, I got to work super early. A gentleman walks in, says he's come to representation. I'm like, oh, hi, I know you. It's like, are you sure you know me? I said, yes. You actually married to my cousin. I was at engagement 4 months ago. It's like, wow, oh, okay. This is going to make it easy for me then, right? So I opened the doors to the bank. He comes in. Then he does, it wasn't even 20 minutes, 15-minute presentation. When he was done, everybody wanted the product because he had hit on the things that plague bankers the most: stress, constant fatigue, and the sedentary nature of the work itself. Sometimes you get health complications and all that. So he left 10 boxes with me, and I'm curious. I took the box, there was a website, I went on a website, I went on YouTube, and guess what I found? People talking about a home-based business, building a business outside of their jobs, right? And I've always had this thing where I don't think anything is just happens. I feel things are connected. Okay, so you go through a challenge, you are going through some problem, but that problem is a lesson for you to learn. Okay, it's not just happening to you just because you're thinking, oh, I don't deserve this, I'm such a bad person. You're evaluating yourself thinking, oh, I haven't hurt anybody, why am I going through the struggle? And that struggle is something that is going to shape the rest of your life. So you need to pay attention to the hard moments in your life. And like what Dr. Keo said in the beginning, that greatness is born out of adversity. It's true. Some people have found the most amazing solutions at the worst times in their lives, anchored on this business foundation when it comes to ribosine. Is that Nagasawa, whose brother had gone to, I think it was the Second World War, and had come, was the First World War? Second, had come back home and was plagued with PTSD, post-traumatic stress syndrome. And usually when people who go to war, giving what they see and human brutalities, okay, even sleeping at night is a problem. Seeing what people do to their fellow human beings in the name of war, it's something that not everybody can overcome. When they come back from the wars, they get addicted to all sorts of things, alcohol, drugs, just so they can go through their day to day. And it triggered him to do that investigation. Okay. Now, when I saw what in my own investigation online, I called him. I said, Kofi, what is this thing you bought? I see online. And trust me, when somebody has learned their skill, I tell you that anybody else who would have prospected me, I wouldn't have paid attention. It was like, Charlie, look, this thing, we don't talk plenty. The company is easily gone. It's not far from your office. I joined this not too long ago. This is what I'm making. Also, it's also easy to make something on the side given the nature of your job. Now, it wouldn't work with just anybody, but he had profiled me and he sort of thought, I actually know what she would want to hear, right? But mind you, the credibility was there just because he was married to a family relation, okay? So he tells me, I said, oh, how do I join? So I didn't do a BOM or anything. I paid Premier Pack money to him. He brought my boxes to me. Then by close of day, I think I took literally like less than a week or so to move my product. Then I went for a business opportunity meeting. I go for the business opportunity meeting, and then I'm just like blown away by it all. As in, this is what I've been looking for. Okay. There was no identifiable female in Max International at the time that I could, who was building alone, that I could ask for support from initially. So again, I went back to the tools online, got the books. I remember binge watching Eric Worre videos. There are some videos I gave to Dr. Parker, even Dr. Lawyer Ray here, and some of the people who have come after, as this slide was put together by Sir Java, right? Let's clap for him. He did this for me yesterday. I was just like, let me put this together for you. But in all of this, I remember joining and I listened. I just listened. This is what you need to do. This is what you need to do routine. My first month of Max, I hit silver rank. And I remember coming from work, getting to the Max office, and Tettey was descending the stairs. And he said, Cozy, worldwide. This has never happened. And I'm like, oh wow, like, don't we need a press conference? Like, what do we need to do? And Max, celebration, because it made me feel so good. Like, you are silver the world over. Nobody's done that. No female has done that in their first month. And that recognition, and human beings love recognition. And this is what you wouldn't find anywhere in the positive tone and excitement that Max International affords you, especially the people in the organization affords you. Now, in my fourth month, gold, fifth month, platinum. I remember when I hit gold, I looked at my commissions. I said, I'm making more than a branch manager here. Why am I coming to work? Like, if we go to work to earn a living, and this living, I'm earning it doing 2 hours of work after my main job. Why don't I put effort in my side job that's paying more than my main job, right? So I wrote my resignation letter. I took it to my boss. She was just looking at me. She said, said, I said, Madam, and I'd worked with her for close to 5 years. She used to be at the branch at Tettey. Then she was moved to Legon branch. And somehow I believe she maneuvered for me to be transferred to that branch to work with her. My aunt was also at that branch, at Legon branch. And when I said, Auntie Daisy, me resign you, she put her hand on my chest and there were tears in her eyes. She said, where do you know, it's like you're so brave. And I'm like, hey, am I making a mistake? Because at this point, you know, but the conviction was there that this is a good thing. It's touching lives, it's making impact. So why not? Like, where am I going to get an opportunity like this? And why is it that out of all the people in the world, for some reason, in just the first few months of getting involved in it, I'm seeing the success. How do I also translate that success with people that I'm going to introduce opportunity to? So this afternoon, we're going to talk about 3 ways to maximize the max opportunity. In fact, the core of this afternoon's presentation so far, if you listen to the speakers, they've kept saying, do not make money your focus. Okay, what you get out of the organization is better than any value you place on any certificate anywhere so far that you've been here. Trust me that I can't remember. I wish I knew some of the things I know when I was in Lagos. Imagine all the things you know now at a much younger age. So let's say take 15 years away and then know all you know now, and it positions you with such a broad mindset, and you go through life and you do things differently. I guarantee you that just by standing here in doing presentations and BOMs, I was put on the spot to do a presentation to the wife of a very powerful man. When I was done, she asked me to be her spokesperson. At the time, I was thinking, I'm doing maths, I can't be a spokesperson. It's a political organization. People insult me for free. You know, I was doing all the maths in my head. Long story short, she now is the first lady of Ghana. So the confidence that I got standing in front, talking to people, there's so many important people that have walked through the doors of Max International. There's so many people that we've had access to. There are people that there's actually now a minister, okay, who came as a prospect then, who couldn't have even imagined that he would become a minister in 7 or 8 years, who said, I came for your business presentation at Tulip Inn. I know you don't remember me, but a lawyer friend brought me. And when you stood there, I said, there's something about you. And that's what and that impression is sold. So if somebody wants to make a recommendation, your name will come up just because of what you do and how you do it. So the value is not just on the money you're going to make. And she captured what Max's purpose is brilliantly, that is empowering people to help build a life of significance, and is anchored on products, life-changing products, and for you to be healthy in the process, which is very, very important. Because in the world we live in, we're having too many issues with young people and health is wealth. It's not a cliche. It's a real thing. So now let's go through. I hope. Sorry, 1 second. So there are 2 categories of people, by and large. Okay, anywhere you walk into any room, you know there are 2 kinds of people: those who will be a part of the business and those who will never be a part of the business. It's just like that. But it's not to always see people as just commissions, like walking commissions. Hey, wait a minute, I hear people talk like that. It's like, I need to know this person. Or they come to you and they're like, can you close this prospect for me? Because I feel like this prospect will take me to diamond. And associates who usually have that mindset do not really go far in the business. I remember there was a young man, very well spoken, very good looking, walked into Max's office, came for a beer, and when he was done, he was just standing there looking at the pictures. And then I walked in. He saw me, oh, you're the one there. Oh, I'm going to beat you in 3 months. And I was like, I want to see you do it. So I want to see you do it. If you need any help, let me know. But at the back of my mind, I say, it's good to be confident, but it's most important for you to be committed to your own growth and learning process. You do not know how we got there. All you saw is the glitz and the glamour and how do you call it, a picture there. You do not know the sleepless nights. You don't know how we recover from rejection, which you suffer multiple times over. We've sown into people. We've sacrificed for people who literally quit within 3 weeks of starting the business. Somebody with so much potential, they quit under a month, but you're still here. So these two categories of people, those who are yet to be part, there's something unique about that, all right? The yet to be part people, sometimes it takes so long. Lawyer Ray mentioned that it took him at least, a month for Parker to convince him to join. Dr. K, we have forgotten his conversion rates, but I think were you on the spot, or it took a while? It took 2 months. Another platinum that I remember, he actually signed on the spot. He too was convinced same day. There are people that took a year. There are people that took 6 months. There are people that took 3 years. In fact, there are people that I spoke to in 2014 who are now still considering. And that's how many years now? 8 solid years, right? But my point is, the yet to be part people, do not dismiss them. Okay? There was something that Dr. K always said in documenting your process, your progress. Every single thing you do needs to be noted down, because when you look back on it, you see your growth. I used to do that. I had an album on my phone, and then I put the BOMs, I put places I've been to. And the thing about technology is sometimes it can't fail you. So you need to back up the documentation. Don't just think that the phone is enough. Find another device and put everything on there. I went to Jasikan. I'd actually forgotten I took that trip. Jasikan, a prospect who had just signed up, who said his Uncle B is there. Charlie, the story he sold. I rented a vehicle. At that time, it was $100 for a day. I fueled the car. It was 500 cedis then. So we went to Jasikan. When we went to Jasikan, we got to, I actually didn't gauge the trip, or I thought it was a day trip, but then we had to sleep in Ho. And then the painful thing is that when we got there, he hadn't even organized the people well. So there were just like 4 people in the room. But I had to do the presentation. The cost that went into it was easily 2,000 Ghana cedis, because I also paid for their hotel accommodation, right? But that uncle didn't join immediately. He actually joined 6 months later. When he was ready to sign up, the boy had already quit the business. So yet to be part, there is like a doorway principle. You've done the work already. They will come. But they will only come as far as they see that you are committed. So your mindset is critical. What he said, that if you are open-minded, you're going to see that this thing, there's opportunity. Others have done it. I can do it. What makes them unique? And he said it, study the greats, study the rich, study the leaders. What do they do? What do they do repeatedly? What do they do consistently? So do not dismiss the yet to be parts. The yet to be parts can turn around and transform your organization. Okay. Now, why do I keep, so one of the things that you have to be mindful of, there are people keep talking about mentors, and your mentor is not necessarily that physical human being that you see sitting here and you feel like I have to call my mentor, and let's eat fufu every Sunday. My mentor, where are you? I'm struggling, I can't sleep. Say something sweet to me. No. People think that mentors are supposed to handhold you, babysit you, and whatnot. You're lucky if you can find that individual in close proximity to you that would allow you to have that kind of success. More often than not, that mentor is somebody who has managed their time so well that even if they are giving you 5 minutes of their time, you should be grateful for it, right? They also have their lives to build. But now the world, such as it is, people put information out there online. One of the 3 people that I know I might meet someday that influenced my life: Oprah Winfrey, Beyonce, Serena Williams. These are the three. And Oprah, just because she talks about mindset, she talks about being positive, and one of the things that's dear to me, being grateful. Beyonce knows what she wants to do, but Beyonce doesn't take her natural talents for granted. She works just twice as hard just to make sure she gives you that good dance performance, which will probably take 2 hours of your life. But she had 8 months practicing. So all you see is 2 hours, waseri, but that 2 hours is going to pay her even when she's sleeping. So she puts something on Netflix. You will watch it all over again. You still can't dance. So you watch and you're excited, but she's making money off it. And Serena is just the epitome of not giving up. Even when the odds are stacked against you, she keeps going over and over again on the foundation she's built, on being consistent, on showing up. So I look at it and I'm like, wow, if I had known these things when I was 10 years old, maybe I'll be just phenomenal at a certain age. But it doesn't matter. You know these things now. Okay. So a rich network of productive people, there are people in this room, there's a wealth of knowledge for you. Some of us, you might not see us, but you follow us on social media. Ray will put a book on there. He's dropped like 7 books today. Out of those books, I gave him 1. But the 6 books he's mentioned today, trust me, I'm going to read those books. Those things will transform your life in a way that you wouldn't get that connection anywhere else. Do you understand me? That's why there's one of the things that because of time, he probably couldn't dwell on was awareness. Awareness is a powerful thing that you sit in a room, your phone is blowing up because group chat, old school group or something, they're putting stupid videos of dwarves dancing and things, doing all sorts of funny things, getting distracted, right? But the minute you focus, you hear something that is life transforming, life changing. But because you are not self-aware, because you're not present in the moment, you miss it. And that's how life is. That some of you here will be in a room, and moving from here, 4 or 5 of you were so attentive that you gain so much from this afternoon that's going to transform your life. Others to be like, same old. You get it? So everything that you do, I honestly believe that all the things, be it good or bad, that even maybe the opportunity might not do what you want for you, right? But in there is a lesson that you can use all the days of your life. I can't take marks out of my success story in any way, shape, or form. Thank you. I can't take marks out of my story. I can't take Wesley Girls out of my training. I can't take University of Ghana Legon out of my training. There are things that happen there. But the most defining thing, the one thing that made me realize that, look, this thing on your neck and the thoughts that fill it, and what you open your mouth to say, and the associations you make are what is going to actually make you as you go along the journey of life. Those things, I didn't even learn it in church. Being that the church will put the Bible, but beyond the Bible is him putting books there by people who've done the research and can actually give you data. What is more powerful than data, right? That backs that, look, if you do this consistently, repeatedly. I'll give you an example. I said I want to lose 6 kilos. But I don't want to take any pills for it. I want to discipline myself, cut back on the food I'm eating, drink more water, exercise, right? Why am I doing this? Because your brain is the one thing that you can't just take out of your head and then pour the things that you need into it for it to just sit, past a certain age. You need to do some things and do it repeatedly just so this mind is sharp enough. And we're not getting any younger. So if this thing is sharp enough, you're good to go, all right? Now, the productive network, I think I believe at the point on that. Now, access to world-class business coaches. There are flyers that are put on your platforms, and there. Eric Worre training. We had, I think, Crown Diamond Anne. I saw a training where she had, it was a mastermind program or something where she had access to, Eric Worre. Now, I'll tell you what, Eric Worre's book, that was the one book that I read that helped me, okay? There was how to recruit 20 people. in 30 days. I did that. That was what I did. That whole silver thing. That was what I did. I tried to recruit 20 in 30 days. And my Max back office, I think it's my upline here. I think I see it's Kofi here. I thought I saw his forehead briefly. He's in the back. So when you are new to it and you're trying to understand the technicalities in the back office and whatnot, I remember Kofi would call me, hey, Kuzi, no, I hated bronze, right? Kofi, I think I did bronze, it was 6 days or something. And it's the excitement that, somebody's, edging you on. But I couldn't have done that without some of these powerful people who'd written a book. He doesn't even know Accra. Do you understand? But he's written a book that you in Accra can apply to your business to do well. If you are not part of the organization or not part of the business, names like Eric Worre, names like Stormy Wellington now, for the women who follow her on Instagram, she's just blowing up. Names like, who else is, even Chris and Tammy, yes. Chris and Tammy's book, okay? And these are the things that it's like what Dr. K always said, you do not have that awareness till it's introduced to you. Then you realize that, oh my God, there's a whole new world. So the question of things are hard becomes relative because in your own personal economy, you might not be facing challenges. Yes, you can see that there's a problem in Ukraine, but you here, you're okay. People will talk about cost of whatever. You understand that all through history, having read the books you've read, there are peaks and there are dips. There are cycles in history where there's great strife and it goes all around the world. And out of that adversity, humanity learns new ways to adjust, to adapt, and then it overcomes. And we get into another cycle of abundance where everybody everywhere is doing so great. There's literally the blueprints of success all over that you can use to implement and add to your life, right? So the mentors, some of them you might not even have here in Ghana, but they've put their videos on their YouTubes. They've written the books. Just get the books and do what? Read. If you can't read, I know it's hard. One of the things that I had to get used to, because I was in the bank at the time, was audiobooks, right? And audiobooks, look, as women, you are cooking. You can't open the book, audiobook. The bank coin is 6 hours. You can read 2 books. You can read 2 books while listening, okay? So there are so many things that you can do that is not a distraction. So if you have to wash, you are washing, but you are listening to a book. If you have to cook, you can do the cooking. You are killing 2 birds with 1 stone. You are listening. And sometimes books are not to be read once. The more you read, the more you find different perspectives about it, especially with the self-help books. Some of them seem so foreign and new. And the minute you read it, you're like, oh, wow, I didn't know this now. But now that I've gone through this experience, when I apply it, it has new meaning for me, okay? So just, especially for the women and the men, I know, I'm being biased here, but be so intentional with this, just because culturally, we are always inundated with chores that we can't get out of. You have to do the cleaning, you have to do the cooking, you have to figure out the washing. Nobody's going to wash for you. If you can get somebody to wash for you, hey, you free up time for yourself. They come and wash and they iron and or whatever. But beyond that, you have to do all these activities against raising children. And not to scare the single women, but enjoy that period now, because once you get in there, it's to adjust your whole life and still make time. And it's possible, you can do it. Now, one of the things that, okay, now, financial opportunities. Once you start doing the business, one thing that spells out to you, especially when you get to enjoy commissions. Who here has enjoyed their first commission? If you enjoyed a commission before, sign up, whatever, prime bonus, what else? Don't be shy. Ghanaians are shy. Just say you're earning it. Put your hand up. Higher. If I said I was giving $100,000, will you be this reluctant? Good. So you've all earned commissions. And what was the feeling like when that commission hit? It was a great feeling, right? And then, because of visualization, I'm sure you added a few zeros to it and said, Charlie, it would be nice to be gold, though. It would be nice to be platinum, right? So imagining how you're going to make that money. one of the things that we are not taught well, even in school, is the concept of saving or investing. It's said, but it's not said well enough. Okay, you've made 100 Ghana cedis commission. Do you think that you can put 10 cedis away? Oh, 10 cedis. Trawenum, and you're jollof sika and better Benz. But little habits compounded over time, okay, are life changing. So the same with money. It almost seems as if it's insignificant, but no matter what, a part of your commission has to be saved. I'm telling you this because Kofi and I had Kofi Bright, who else was there? We had a shocker. Somewhere in the 7th or 8th month of the business, we sat down and we looked at the commissions that had run through our accounts, right? And for Bright at the time, he couldn't account for 300,000 Ghana cedis. As in 300,000 Ghana cedis had passed through his account, right? But he couldn't say, I had bought land here, I had invested in this business here. That day, we reevaluated our whole existence because we're behaving like typical Black people where money is coming and we're not planning for the future. And I'm saying this because it is a given. There are highs and lows in life. Your business will go up, it will come down, will go up, it will come down. That is life. There's nobody in this world who is always happy from the day they were born to the end. There are moments of despair. There are moments where you cry. There are moments where you question your existence. If none of that is happening, you need to wonder why. Either means you're not learning enough, or you're not experiencing life as it should be enough, or maybe you're so well protected. And even the protected ones, haven't we heard millionaires committing suicide? You have all the money, but they are like, you know what, this life is not worth living. So I'm saying that save your money. The opportunity is there. We've seen it. We've seen the success stories being told. You've experienced a commission hitting your account. Protecting your future is important. Save a bit of that money as much as you can, as often as you can, and never touch it. It helps for you to even tell your own story that out of this is what I've saved. And out of saving, I've seen people buy their first cars using Max International. I've seen people move from very poor conditions, compound houses or something where they were renting. They moved to better places, which even gave them better, peace of mind to even pursue the business. So it's a life cycle thing. And if you document all the processes, I guarantee you'd see your own growth in there. It won't jump out to you immediately, but just give it time. It's like you've gone to school to pursue a degree. You don't get the degree in your first year. It's going to take 4 years, right? And after the 4 years, you pray that UTAG doesn't go on strike. Now, the second phase, already an associate. One of the things that, in terms of the mindsets that he talked about, once you join the business, embrace it. And we used to say, treat it like a business. No, treat it like a job. Treat it like a job. If you're already working, there are targets that are set in your organization and the company. There are KPIs that you meet. You're supposed to go to work dressed a certain way. You're supposed to show up at a certain time. You're supposed to do a certain schedule of work, out of which by the time the month ends, you are paid a certain wage. The thing about this business is you can determine how much you want to earn. All right. But it is not in the first month of doing the business. You have to do it periodically, over time, consistently. Now, that mindset will help you because if you think it as a job, in that you, at the end of the day, your work will determine how much you earn. All right. Which is also tied to why you're doing the business. If you don't have a strong why, any small wind that will blow, look, Ukraine and Russia, you use that as an excuse to put marks. It has nothing to do with you. You say, oh, I'm not able to sleep because Ukrainians are not feeling safe and it's affecting my mass business. It has nothing to do with you. But you find an excuse to quit the business. Why? Because your why is not strong enough. My why was at the time, the opportunity, when I was looking for multiple sources of income. I had 2 kids under the age of 3. The things that had to do for them to stay alive was impacting on my little excesses. I love clothes. I love shoes. I love looking good. But now, when I have to buy the shoe, I'm looking at Charlie. I have to buy diapers. I have to buy formula. What if one of them gets sick unexpectedly? Do you get what I'm saying? You have to make all these considerations as a mother. And then you look at it and you're like, nah, you can't be a Kardashian with one job. You need multiple sources of income. You understand? So when you start seeing how your life, the quality of life is compromised, not because of something bad you're doing, it's because you're going through life cycles. You become a mother. It's something that you've committed to it. You can't shirk responsibility. Your kids have to look well fed. They have to look good as well, right? But you also want to feel good, because you can't be a good parent if in yourself you're unhappy, if in yourself you're stressed, if in yourself you're not even making ends meet on your own. So I look at it and I'm like, I want to be able to say, okay, I want to go on a family trip. Let's go to, say, Dubai, right? And I did that with them December. I set targets for them. Hit your grades. Give me, and like he said, you need to understand that you don't say they are smart on their own. So I take, for instance, my daughter. My daughter can read a 100-page book in a day. Okay. And these are kids' books, okay, not like, so you can even put 2 books or 3 books together. She'll just be them, like, you say, are you okay? Mm-hmm. And she's reading, then she's done. She'll come and tell you, I don't see why a book is on this person, because the character is not a nice person. It's not a good example for kids. And this is a 10-year-old telling you that she's read a book where the character is selfish and greedy. And why should this book be on the market? You understand? But then for her, when I set a target for her, I'll have to challenge her more, because somehow in her head, she kind of knows that she's good at some things. My son is good with tech stuff. The book he'll read. He won't read the book. He'll read the book if it's tied to something that he gets connected to his PlayStation, right? So I say, okay, I'll get you this PlayStation game. Give me 2 A's and B's. I tell the girl, okay, minimum of 7 A's. Why? Because when COVID hit, I could tell kids were stressed. They were learning from home, but they were stressed. You can't go outside. You can't go. I was sticking to the rules. I'm not going to visit my parents because I don't know, they're above 60. What if I transfer something to them? You get it? I saw my son gain 10 kilos. 10 kilos. Why? He's home. He's not going there. He's not exercising. He's just eating. For how many months was that? But I set targets. Why? Because the world is changing and you don't need to be that strict given a pandemic. You need to factor all these things in. The thing that stood out for me then was, if you are creating your business plan and you join the business and the world seems to be going down the drain, okay, will your why still matter if we are not even sure we're going to be alive, right? You don't know where you're going. You're not sure how you're going to get there, but you're telling you that shall you get to bronze, get to silver. But guess what? The world survived again. So there are peaks and there are dips, and the world always knows how to come out of the dip. So you don't have to give up on your dreams, because nobody's going to take your dream for you and run with it. So whatever your plan is, that plan is anchored on your why, and you need to do the basic stuff. The basic stuff is boring, is mundane, calling human beings. It's like, let me tell you how it is. Hey, I'm calling you to make money. You are bluffing me. That's how it feels, right? Meanwhile, you sent me a message last week asking for Momo of 100 assets. I'm showing a business opportunity you don't want to do. Those people, you don't waste time on them. Let your success be a testimony for them. Keep going. You don't run out of people. People are like dust. They are everywhere. In this room, how many of you have seen me before? How many of you have seen me before? That's 10% of the room. So even here, I have prospects here for other opportunities if I wish to connect them to it. You get it? You will never run out of people. And social media has even made it even better. You're going to constantly meet people. There's so many platforms. There are people on Instagram are not on Facebook. Some are on Facebook are not on Instagram. Some are on Twitter. They're not on Facebook or Instagram. Some are on Pinterest. They're not on these platforms. You get it? And people are everywhere. Just put that in your head. And always don't forget your why. Now, I'm sorry, but I'm having, okay, now work local, think global. People do not harness their social media accounts the way they should. You need to, and this is a whole training on its own. I cannot do everything here to teach you this afternoon. But then there are training models in Max International. Anytime you see it, do it. I follow 2 associates here. They're sitting right here. And they are in the contents they put out. Any young person following them should want to always see what they put up, because they're not just talking about the business, they're selling life skills as well. All right. So your content is based on life, how to do life, leadership, consistency, building habits. And on these things, you never run out of content. There are like so many examples in the world that even if you put a schedule for a year, you'd not run out. So you're sitting here at Mensvik, you're working locally, but you are the symbol of success for somebody in Canada. That Max International has been in Canada for 16 years, and I don't know about it. And somebody in Ghana, Accra, has joined and is a gold associate and the equivalent of whatever dollars is in Canada. Why can't I do it, right? With better tools and with better resources, right? Now, once you join the business, expand your horizon, even how you dress. How you dress. Don't say this how I am, but I carry and socks. No. Business people look a certain way, they carry themselves a certain way, they talk a certain way. You conform and you look the part. We are all ambassadors. If you invited me as a diamond associate to your house and I showed up in a raffia skirt and powder on my face, won't you be disappointed? You'll be disappointed, right? And I come and I'm doing a funny dance in your hallway, you'll be like, Charlie, this one, she's mad, you know. But the thing about image is everything. People will first look at you and assess you based on what you are wearing. It's a fact. Before you move into, Zuckerberg only wears gray. Are you a billionaire? Are you a billionaire? So some of these things you conform before you decide to unveil what your identity is. It's unfortunate. There's a young man who super, like, he's sharp, he's brilliant. He says, because I'm not going to cut my hair, and his hair is messy and it's wild, so I'm not cutting my hair. Because there's a reason behind it, which I can't share here because it's personal. But he's doing a documentary and he hopes to highlight certain things when it comes to how people judge people. But this boy can raise $100 million for a project. But when you see him, you look at his hair and say, what's with him improve? But then he can't. But those are outliers. Do you get it? For the most part, people are going to judge you just on how you look. Always look neat and presentable. Think like, if I was teleported straight into the Grammy Awards or straight into an Oscar, is what I'm wearing fit for the room at any point in time? So you're going for an event. Is this good enough? Will I look okay? Will I look presentable? All right. Beyond the image thing is thinking. You always have to be, you need to know what's happening. So it's not just a max bubble. Okay. Know what's happening in the industry. What new skills are people learning? How are they applying it to their businesses? And I say Eric Worre shows the way. Ray Higdon too. Ray Higdon and his wife, amazing tutors. Now, I've already talked about the job, setting the daily targets. You cannot go without setting targets for yourself a day. And the minimum you do is 2 a day. The 2 a day cruises you. It's not going to let you hit platinum in 5 months. If you want to hit platinum in 5 months, you're going to recruit 20 in 30 days. You're going to do it 3 months straight. That's some serious effort that goes into it. And that's like talking to multiple people every single day. And that's usually you can do that either you're part-time or full-time. But those, if you want a massive result, it's massive work. But do not go a day without building your business. All right. I think that one of the things that I've learned over time is that consistency pays. When I pull back, the thing about Max is leadership. Most of the people that follow you, most people want to be told what to do. Wake up, read a book, gratitude. This month of, let's say March is coming, we're going to practice gratitude. Team, write 5 things you're grateful for every single day. Let the team do that. By March ending, amazing testimonies are coming out of the group, if only they are doing it. All right? Set a target. Get up. Do 15 minutes exercise every day. Just do it. Even if you hop, just hop on one leg, up on 2 legs, whatever it is. You are building a mindset of a habit for people. And there's little mundane tasks that seem like nothing. But once they've done the 30 days straight, guess what's going to happen? They're going to continue it even when you tell them not to. So there are people that join my organization that have moved on to build their own businesses, doing their own things, and they are successful at it. I see their pages on Instagram, and I'm like, wow, you guys, it's like, oh, you know the things you taught us. And they feel like embarrassed that they quit Max. But my joy is seeing that those business principles they learned in the organization, they could transfer it. So it's transferable knowledge. What you learn here is not exclusive to the organization. You can apply it in different facets of your life. And you're going to see yourself improve along the way. If you're going to quit, only quit because your heart stopped beating. Do not quit because of flimsy excuses. If you got a better opportunity, so be it. But in the here and in the now, nothing guarantees you the growth that is required for you to be a successful human being the way this organization does. Thank you so much for the opportunity to share with you.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for MAIDEN, aka Cozy. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. Wasn't that powerful? Yes, right. Treat it like a job. Set your targets, set your goals, and get at it. And one thing she mentioned that, got me so excited. She said, what? A rich network of productive people. And that's what you have with this Max opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for MAIDEN. We are almost coming to the end of today's mind-blowing event. There's a saying that always keep the best for the... No, I can hear best for the... Wait till you hear my story.